Hi, my name is Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. As many of you know, Avatar is most well known as a TV series. However, after the TV series completion, it was then created into a series of comics. These comics were originally meant to be a continuation of the main TV series. This is important just to note, as I will be mostly talking about the TV series in this video and not the books. So if you're looking for that, sorry, that's not really what I'm talking about here. But I should say that it turned out to be one of the best animated TV shows to ever exist. I'm not gonna lie and say that when I started recording this video, I had no idea what I was gonna be talking about today, and I'm so glad that I'm talking about Avatar. Avatar has become one of my favorite TV series of all time. It is only 3 seasons, but everything that is in it is absolutely perfect. From the first word to the last, which is literally, it's perfect, pretty much sums up the entirety of the series, and just from the beginning to the end, it is absolutely amazing. So what exactly is Avatar: The Last Airbender about? Well, many who might just first glance at this video might think that it's the movie based off of the blue people that walk around and are genetically modified to do certain things. That is not what Avatar: The Last Airbender is. It's also not that terrible movie that they came out with. And no, I'm not talking about the Netflix one if that one has come out yet. We all await that movie as Avatar fans. No, Avatar is a 3-season TV show that follows a young boy named Aang who is a monk and is an airbender. And basically what his job to do is he has to save the world. He is the Avatar, and any Avatar fan can name the entire opening, and I'm not sure if it'll get copyright claimed if I name the entire opening, so I'm not going to name it, but I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, there is this group of people called the Fire Nation, and the Fire Nation is trying to invade and basically take over all the other nations. So, think of things that have happened in history where one nation is trying to conquer another nation. It's basically like that, and the Fire Nation is trying to do that and conquer all this land, and somebody has to stop them, and that person is going to have to be the Avatar. That's basically what the entirety of Avatar is about, is Aang trying to defeat the Fire Nation and stop what the Fire Nation is doing to other people, because they're really not good news. The next question you'll probably ask is, what is an Avatar, and what is this bending that you're talking about? Well, an Avatar is somebody who can master all 4 elements. The 4 elements being water, earth, fire, and air. And the Avatar is able to control all 4 in this way called bending. And bending basically means that you are able to have control of an element. So, for example, airbenders can make air in their hands and then can blow it somewhere to attack, or they might be able to control a glider in the air to fly. A firebender would be able to control fire, could kick and fire would kind of come out of their foot, or they might be able to move their hands and fire comes out. An earthbender can move earth and make it go from side to side, or make it have cracks in it, or make it float. And they really just have an intuitive connection to earth. And then the waterbenders can move water in the way that the moon moves water, and that they can, pick it up and swirl it around and make waves and things like that. So bending is basically just able to control a specific element. There are only 4 kinds of bending, and those are the ones I just named: water, earth, fire, and air. I know that in Legend of Korra territory, they try and invent new ways of bending, And this video is not about Legends of Korra. This video is only about Avatar, and frankly, I'm only ever going to make Avatar videos. And I know that I have said that if there's anything you want me to talk about, I will talk about it. Legend of Korra, I refuse to talk about unless I talk about how it disgraced Avatar. So if you'd like to be interested in that video, I will be more than happy to. But frankly, I am not a big fan of Korra. You can go on and hate me all you want, but I'm not going to watch it. I am so sorry. But yes, there's only those 4 kinds of bending, and Avatar is able to do all 4. But in Avatar The Last Airbender, the TV series, Aang is learning how to go through those 4 different elements and learn how to control them. Aang is an airbender by birth. An avatar is always born as one, and then they can learn the other ones afterward, but they have to learn one core one first. And every single time an avatar is born, they are passed on that power, and they are always going in an order. So it's not going to be like an avatar is born an airbender and then the next avatar is also born an airbender. There's a cycle that it goes through. And I should mention that the title of avatar is passed on. When one avatar dies, there is a new one that takes his place as a baby. It's not like some random person is just like, oh, I'm the avatar today. No, the title gets passed on by birth. When you die, someone else becomes the next avatar. And it might not be anyone in your family. It would be just someone else who is in the next cycle of these avatars. And it's important to note that this title gets passed on because that's important in the Avatar sequence. So I already kind of said the main plot is that the Fire Nation is kind of taking over things and the Avatar kind of has to stop the Fire Nation. But that's not what Avatar is all about. There's a lot more to Avatar than just those things, and I hope I can clarify them pretty well. Basically, Aang is a young child and he has to learn these 4 elements, and he's got to have people to help him learn these 4 elements. At the very beginning of the story, he meets a brother and sister duo, Katara and Sokka, who kind of go along with him on his entire journey throughout the 3 seasons. They're very important characters, and they kind of help Aang to discover not only his bending abilities, but also help him to discover who he is as a person. And just the beauty of their relationship as friends is absolutely amazing, and maybe a little bit more than friends at some point. Aang, Sokka, and Katara travel across the whole nation looking to find teachers for Aang to teach him waterbending as well as earthbending and firebending. And there are a lot of twists and turns along the way of different things that they have to do. It's important to note that Avatar is a children's TV show, but it is not just for children. There are lessons packed into the episodes that can be taken for anyone, and the show should not be demounted in any way just because it's a children's show. It is absolutely stunning. The animation is amazing. The music, spot on, and the story is phenomenal for a children's TV show. Usually in children's TV shows, each episode kind of has its own story, and there might be one kind of arc going through, and you might see some characters getting older, but usually it's just one kind of story for each episode, which is true kind of for every show, but specifically in children's TV shows, it's very downplayed, and there's not really one story that goes across all the episodes. Avatar is one big story, and though there's a little bit of a story in each episode, there is a backstory that runs through the entirety of the thing. And what's amazing is that you have these antagonists that are so compelling, and you also have your protagonists that are so enriched and are so full of different things. They're not static characters who are just flat and don't work. They're characters who are so full of life and have a story to tell. Every single character has a story to tell, and that's really what I love about Avatar. And then there's characters that enter in the 2nd and 3rd season that you think, they're not going to reach the full potential. They're just kind of going to be this one season character that doesn't really stay throughout the whole thing. but they really build those characters, and these characters are just very, very, very developed and never fall flat. Of course, throughout their journeys, things are not exactly easy, as Aang, Katara, and Sokka travel across the country looking for these teachers. They also have some problems with the Fire Nation, who wants to capture the Avatar so that the Avatar cannot stop them, which makes common sense. But there's one person that they have sent as a duty to capture the Avatar, and that is Prince Zuko. Zuko is the main antagonist for all 3 seasons, as well as the Fire Lord, of course, but you definitely see a lot more of Zuko. And as far as characters go, he is one of the most compelling antagonists I've ever seen in anything, and I love his character and his character arc. I don't know how much anybody has been looking in the background for all the little sneak previews of things that I own, but on this place over here, I actually do have a picture of Zuko. I just find him to be one of the most fascinating characters I have ever learned about, and I can't really say that much about him because I'd go into deep spoiler territory, and this is kind of supposed to be an overview / non-spoiler review of Avatar, but yeah, he is a very interesting character. So even the antagonists, who you think, in kids' TV shows, you just want to hate and hate and hate and hate, they are even built up, and they have a story to tell as well. Some other things of note about Avatar that I just find very fascinating are that, one, the main character is a child monk, which you would think that in this big TV show people wouldn't like, or some people would have something bad to say about, but the fact is that everybody kind of loves Aang. And though he is a little bit childish, and though he does some very interesting and probably very stupid things along the way, he is a child, and, people just love him, and they kind of don't just look at him differently because he's a monk. And I just think that's very interesting that this very, very peaceful character and this very, very religious character is the main character of Avatar. That's not really something that we see anymore in this world, and I really just like that about Avatar, that it's so peaceful of a character and that he has values that he holds and upholds with all the other characters. Like, he makes sure that these other characters understand his values. And another thing that I find interesting is he really values human life, and he really values the human person. And that's a very beautiful thing to have, especially in a children's TV show, is to show, in a way, that every character and that every person on this earth is worth something. And I really think that that's a beautiful way. Avatar is very diverse. It has a lot of different characters' viewpoints, and also a lot of different races and everything like that. And the message that it puts across, I think, is very beautiful and just very enriching. So if you're looking for something in this world where everything's a little bit confusing right now, Avatar is a really beautiful way to start. My favorite thing about Avatar is probably the messages and all the different lessons that you take along the way. There are some really deep conversations in Avatar, all the way from loss to the value of human life, and I just find that in a children's TV show to be very rare. You don't find that in normal TV shows, in adult TV shows, in very scary TV shows. You might not even find that in books sometimes. Sometimes these things just fall flat, and they kind of are based more on the idea of a thing and not really the message that's got across. And I love that Avatar has a message. And that's very important to me as a writer, because I love books with a message, and I like to write books with a message and with enriched and developed characters that are compelling. And Avatar has all of that. And I just love the lessons that Aang learns and that the other characters learn, and that specifically Zuko learns. Along with these deep conversations, Avatar is very humorous. It is so funny. There are those references for the adults watching, so if you see them, you'll probably laugh hysterically. I know that there are some really great ones in there, and the third season, one of the best episodes is the play episode, and the things that happen in that episode, oh my gosh. They practically made me cry of laughter because it was so funny. So why should you watch Avatar? I would say because it is one of the best TV shows you'll ever watch. I went into it not really even knowing what it was about, and I just heard all of these people talk about it. And let me tell you, they were not children, these people I was talking to. They were adults, and they were the ones telling me about it. And they're like, you have to watch this, you have to. It is so good. And they could not stop talking about the characters and everything that happens within the series and the plot line. They just could not be quiet about it. And really, it's for everyone. I didn't know what it was about, and I went into it kind of, what is this? What the heck am I watching? Why am I watching a children's TV show? To the point where I had to limit myself every day to 2 episodes because I just couldn't stop myself. It was just amazing. I was blown away with the beauty that Avatar is, and I really, really want others to experience it as well. So if you've never ever watched Avatar before, if you've never experienced any of it, or maybe if you've accidentally watched the terrible movie and you're skeptical about watching the TV show, let me tell you right now, that movie does not exist. We don't talk about it here. We just don't. It doesn't exist. Maybe the Netflix one. We all wait for the Netflix one, okay? We're waiting. We're very excited, all of us fans. But the one that exists right now, it disgraced Avatar, and it's kind of terrible. If you want me to make a video about that one, I will also make a video about that. But you should watch Avatar because it is amazing. The characters, the messages, the story, it's all there. And you'd think if it's 3 seasons, it's not that much to watch. The episodes are fast, funny, humorous, quick-witted, very, very fast-paced story. You won't regret it. Please. I'm begging you. This is like when I was talking about Rick Riordan books. I am begging you to watch Avatar because you won't regret it and you will walk away changed. You'll walk away feeling better about life and probably seeing more beauty in life than you did before. So thank you for watching this video. I know it was a little bit different than anything else I've really talked about because it is a TV show. And really the only other TV shows I've talked about is Marvel, and even those were, based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if you'd like me to talk about TV shows in the future, I'd be more than happy to. Unfortunately, I don't have that many TV shows in my belt at this moment. I'm not a big TV show person, really. I'm more of a book person, but I will try my best to uphold any requests. I know that I would be more than happy to talk about Voltron, which is very similar to Avatar, as well as if anybody is interested in the Big Bang Theory here, I'm here. I would love to talk about it. If there's a specific character you'd like to hear about, or really anything. I love that TV show a lot. I've watched every episode of it. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe. I need that to keep this channel going, and I love your comments. As long as they're respectful, I love them. I love hearing what you want on this channel. I know that I've been publishing a lot of Pandora Hearts videos lately, so if you're still interested in that, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys later.